everybody. Welcome to a special, thank you, James, to a special Friday show. We couldn't be here yesterday. I was going to say last week. We couldn't be here yesterday. So we rescheduled for tonight on a Friday night, TGIF. It's all good. We're fine. I am joined by Omni Collecti, who's here after an eventful past couple of days. Got that Expo thing going. You got an awesome birthday happening. Lots of cool stuff. And you got me not doing anything, but still petitioning for that Inhumans Omnibus. I even brought my Inhuman shirt today to match the occasion. So, yeah, it's your boy Gio here.
Yo, hoodie.
That's a cool-ass hoodie. So thank you, everybody, for tuning in. Omnibros Live on a Friday night. Today is Manga night, and we're going to talk about a bunch of stuff. We got the whole recap of Anime Expo from Omni Collecti's point of view and his panels and interviews and parties and halls and all the cool stuff that Riley's going to mention. And, of course, the announcements. We got stuff from Kodansha. We got stuff from Square Enix, Yen Press, Udon, Denpa, Tokyo Pop. It was insane. Everybody had something to reveal, which is awesome. We love to see that. And of course, on top of that, we're going to talk about the manga previews, which we skipped last week by my mistake. So sorry about that. So we're going to go over that real quick as well. It's a jam-packed show. Hopefully you guys are entertained. You like it. If you do, hit the like button, share the video, talk about it with your peers. At work, recommend the video. Why not? Maybe you'll get a promotion. I don't know. Something crazy might happen if you show them Omnibros Live on the Omnibus Collectors Network. And of course, speaking of Omnibus and manga, you have to check out our sponsor. That is InStockTrades.com, your home for all things collected editions. You get your Omnibus, trade paperbacks, hardcovers, manga, box sets, absolute editions, whatever you want to call it in the world of collected editions, you find it at InStockTrades.com. Order of $50 or more gets you free shipping in the US. And if you make an order on a week-by-week basis, you get that sweet loyalty discount that adds an extra 2% to your orders. The loyalty discount. Fantastic customer service, wonderful packaging. That is InStockTrades.com, the official sponsor of Omnibros Live here on the Omnibus Collectors Network. And two quick reminders that at the end of the month, this time it would be on Monday, July 31st, we will be doing the gift card giveaway valued at $50, open to anybody out there. If you're interested in participating, all you got to do is show up to the stream, hang out with us, and we'll pick out a winner by the end of that show. And the other thing is, what was the other thing? I forgot. Sorry, that is so professional of me. I don't remember. Oh, yeah. Check out all the cool manga they got. Got that sweet Blade of the Immortal Deluxe Edition. That's what I wanted to mention. You could get it at other websites for retail price. But who wants to do that? That's boring. You want the heavy discounts. Go to InStock Trades, and you can get it right now. I did for $28.99. You save 42%. And if you had the loyalty discount, make that 44% off. You're not going to get that anywhere else, man. You got to check out our sponsor, InStockTrades.com. There you go. All the cool manga and all of that fun stuff. Go check them out, guys. All righty. With that out of the way, how you doing, brother? How you been? It's been a hectic week. Tell the people what's been happening.
Anime Expo.
Did you like the experience overall?
Yes, it was great. Hectic as hell. I got in Friday night, hit the ground running. Like, I stopped by our Airbnb, dropped my shit off, immediately went to the expo to get my badge, and then I met up with one of my friends who works at High Dive, and we went to dinner with the High Dive team. So like immediately from Friday night, I was like talking with industry people and like Viz Media folks came walking by and noticed me and like waved me over. So I got up to talk to them, and then Saturday I had to get up early because I had a full day running from panel to panel. I was covering half the panels I went to. I was covering for Anime News Network. So if you look at some of them, like which one do I have on here?
At the end of the day, they were true friends of the show. Love
Yes, now they are friends of the show. If you look, for instance, I think Gio's gonna pop up the Denpa Kuma article from ANN at the bottom.
Let me grab it.
Is,
Hold on. News Network Anime Expo. Sorry, I closed it by accident. Here it is. This one, right?
Like go right under that.
Hey, my guy, let's go! I'm proud of you.
Like, on like I think 7. Well, it should be 7 of them. Some of them it just says email correspondence, but my name's on some of them too. So I did that like all day on Saturday. Sunday was like a half day for me, like half work and half play. But then after hours, there was the industry party that I went to. Yen Press invited me to go, and it was hosted by ANN. And so I was there from 8 p.m. to 2 a.m. Did
you do this one, Tokyo Pop?
I did, but yeah. See, it just says email correspondence. That's not the one.
Oh, sorry.
I think that I was doing. I did the Azuki one as well, so that one should say my name on it.
Say my name. Say my name. There it is.
Hey, I'm getting a small amount of payment for this too.
Hell yeah, that's what I like to hear.
So yeah, I went to the industry party, and then the next day, Monday, was like the first like day where I only had one thing to do. So it was like getting to actually walk around and look at everything in the convention center. And then Tuesday was a half day because they closed early, and I only had one thing to do then, and it was just shopping day basically for us. And Steph dressed up as Ada Wong, and her husband was Leon Kennedy, and they got stopped for pictures so many times. It was crazy. Like we at one point, and she was like, "Yeah, we couldn't move because they were just taking pictures. Like so many people wanted to take pictures."
Was it like you would move a couple steps and somebody would stop you?
Yeah, she would. That's exactly what happened. Like she'd have several photographers because they had like pro photographers and then just like random like people going to the con, and the pro photographers would be like, "Hey, can you stop? I want to take your picture." And then the random people would come up and be like, "Oh my god, I love your cosplay." So stuff like that. But it was so busy, and then my flight wasn't until 7 p.m. Almost actually, it was after 8 that the flight boarded on the 5th. And I didn't get home until 3 a.m. Like walk in the door home until after 3 a.m.
Oof! Wow.
So it was very, very, very hectic. But I have a lot to share. I did some lives, and I've talked about some of this on my own personal live streams. But for anyone here that doesn't join my live streams, I've got a lot that I'm going to share, and then I'm going to make some videos on my channel. But you guys get the inside first, the
raw footage,
because we're not just talking about the stuff that's on the articles, the stuff that's out there. I'm going to tell you the stuff that I got from talking to people, the extra info,
extra
exactly.
Only we don't got Mario Lopez here, so sorry.
I can show you my haul.
Yeah, let's start with that.
See how
ease our way into this. Thank you everybody for joining in the chat. We got some people in, lovely people.
Lovely. So this I did buy over there.
Nice.
An artist. He's on Twitter called Think New Think ThinkNU, and he is super cool. I've been following him for a while. I wanted to get of course, the Red Eyes Black Dragon, but he ran out of my size, so I got the Dark Magician, and then I got I didn't grab it. Hold on.
Yeah. Also, guys, let me remind you that it's very important for all of you to, that's dope, to hit the like button while you're watching the show. It would mean a lot.
So I got
You
the
are all blinged out in the Yu-Gi-Ohs.
Dual Pro shops,
Nice.
the Bass Pro shops. So I talked to him for a while. He followed me back on Twitter, so that was neat. He's a real cool guy. He does a lot of Yu-Gi-Oh art, but he's also really into comic books. From the Viz panel, I got another hat, the Dandaran beanie.
I love that cap.
On the back, it says, "I'll murder your damn asses."
I'm looking forward to you wearing that in public and people reading that while you're like in line for at the groceries or something, and they will probably be offended somehow.
The only thing about it is it's really big. Like,
yeah,
this floopy. Also from the Viz skateboard.
Hey, Ichigo, nice.
This was the exclusive board that they had. I think they'll have it at San Diego Comic-Con as well. Also from Viz, Dandadan Tray.
That is so random, but because it's Dandadan, it makes sense.
Yeah, I think I'm going to use it as a caddy, like to put my shit in, but I think other people might use it as a rolling tray. I don't smoke, so I won't be doing that. Let's see. Also from the Viz booth, I think the last thing I got was the Death Note exclusive.
Wait, let me highlight you so people can see it.
I got 3 copies of these. One for me, one for Teddy, who asked me to get one, and one to give away on the channel, which it's already going for like significantly over cover. So I'm sure people will be interested in getting that. Not from the Viz booth, but I got a little Joey.
Nice.
Yeah. Here's my 3. That for my birthday, one of the friends that was there, Chantal, got me a little Hamtaro coaster.
Awesome. So that's cool because you got the con haul and the birthday haul.
Most birthday stuff that I got was just clothes, like not weed clothes, just like clothes.
Happy birthday, by the way, belated birthday.
Thank you. This is also kind of news announcement type stuff, but they had, so you know the service Manga Planet?
Yes.
So Manga Planet had 2 of their what is it? Futakiya is, so Manga Planet or Futakiya was a BL only service, and they got together with Manga Planet and like combined into one bigger service, and so that's what they do now. So Futakiya I don't think exists on its own anymore, but
merged with other stuff.
But they were like, hey, we actually are, and I'll tell you that a lot of the digital only people are trying to get into physical now. So we'll probably in the next couple of years see more of those start going there. But they were like, we have 2 physical offerings that are at Kinokuniya here exclusively. So these, you can't get them anywhere else, but I decided to pick them up because they were like, if they do well, like if we sell out of this stuff, then we'll try to do more physicals.
Yeah.
They're 2 just single volume BLs. Let's Talk About Us, and It's Still Too Early to Be Love. So just a couple, single volume BLs that they had there. I wanted to support Manga Planet's endeavors in this, and hopefully it works out for them and they do start doing more physical. So I picked up those, and from Kino also, I got the variant for Tombs, and it came with the little Shikishi board.
Nice.
And
that Ito book, that was a missed opportunity to make it glow in the dark because of that bright green.
Yes. To celebrate the biggest, my favorite announcement out of the con, I got the Initial D art book.
Hell yeah.
Blurring the D. You Can't see.
That's a big head.
So a lot of cars in here, a lot of cool stuff. So I picked that one up so I can have it on the shelf with the initial D volumes when they start coming out.
Oh yeah, we're gonna talk about that in a minute, guys.
I also got an initial D shirt, but it's being washed right now. Excuse me. And then I got a bunch of JoJo's related stuff. The first issue that had the JoJo lands in it.
Is that sealed?
Huh?
Is that sealed?
Yes.
Nice.
I don't know if I'll open it or not. This one I probably will open because it comes with a little folder. But this is, I think chapter 4 is in this one, but it's I think the next time that it had a cover. And it's got Rohan on the cover as well. And then you can see on the back, it's got this little folder thingy with Jodio and Rohan. And then the JoJo's magazine from winter 2022. I have the previous issue of the JoJo's magazine. So that one. And then I previewed this for you already. Oh, here's another thing that Chantal also gave me, this "Do not test me, I will banish you to the Shadow Realm" sign.
Nice.
And Steph got me a Wolfwood print.
Cool.
My guy right there, and a Wolfwood sticker with a Kermit the Frog on it.
That's random.
In my backpack, but Steph also got me a tote bag that says pee pee poo poo on it. Like, you know those bags when you go to like a takeout and it says thank you on it?
Mm-hmm.
It's just pee pee poo poo like multiple times. And then at the bottom, instead of like thank you for coming or whatever, thank you for shopping, eating, whatever. Or no, instead of saying have a nice day, it says have a nice poop.
Awesome.
All right, so the first of the big ones is JoJo A Go-Go.
Oh, look at that bad boy. Nice.
And inside of this, there is the JoJo A Go-Go, the main book, this giant hardcover. Mm-hmm. And there are 2 smaller books, one called Stands and one labeled Araki Hirohiko. So that's all in this one big box. We'll put those away.
And then the next one that you're going to show, that one looks amazing. Even I have been tempted to look for it in the past.
Oh, there was also something else that I grabbed. I forgot to pull out. I'll get it after I show this, but it's small.
Look at that bad boy.
So the JoJo Veller outside box is like a parcel.
Mm-hmm.
Some doodles, I think.
Oh, wait. There we go. You can sort of see it.
Jolene, I think she says, "Do you remember me?" Yeah. And then inside of this, the main JoJo Veller book, this big black hardcover.
Awesome.
Beautiful looking piece. And it too has 2 smaller books within. This one, History, which has a bunch of text in it that I can't read.
Well, you can use your Google phone to your Google app. Sorry.
And then Stands, which also has a lot of text, but it has more pictures than the other one.
Nice.
Just a bunch of info about all the different stands. So those are the big things, and then I'll grab the one more small thing, and it's kind of something superfluous that I really didn't need to get, but I wanted it because it's like cool and nostalgic. Oh, and here's that Coco from the crane.
I am like 10% responsible for that happening.
Yeah.
Because if you guys don't know the story, Riley was about to quit the crane game on his Twitch, and I urged him, "Hey, get that Pokemon, get that for Coco," and he ended up winning it.
I got Cowboy Bebop CDs, the actual ones. I've had burned copies of these for since I was in middle school. I burned them. I still have them. Here's the second one, no disc. Here's the third one, Blue.
That's my favorite of the.
And yeah, Blue is really good. And then the Future Blues. This is the movie soundtrack. I don't have the Vitaminless, which was like I think like a half album. And there's like an EP or something like that. Not an EP, a mini disc that I don't have. But these were all the ones I was able to find. These are the main 4 anyway. So got most of. I almost, and I kind of regret not buying it now, I almost got the Initial D soundtrack.
Ooh, yeah, that's iconic. I would have.
Deja Vu.
Deja Vu, running in the 90s. Oh, man. The manga's great. The games are spectacular. And the music, I will eternally love. I love that series. So I'm super excited for Initial D Omnibus editions coming out.
And then some people from, not from Kodansha Japan, but that like I helped and they like hired me to consult with Kodansha Japan a while ago, brought me some cookies, some Japanese cookies. So they met me outside of one of the panels and gave me a box of cookies. And then here's a Katakawa cookie that is broken, and I'm going to eat it. Oh, here.
Nice.
This was from the Anime News Network after party. Or not after party, but like party at the industry party at the end of the second day.
The panel, the panels on the day.
So that's I think everything that I picked up.
That is phenomenal, my dude. Love it. Good job.
Decent size. A lot of good stuff.
Let's see. Subhuman. Finally, Initial D is getting a reprint. Hopefully, it's all 48 in those 2-in-1s. We're gonna talk about that in a minute, but yes. So,
do we want to start? Okay, we can start going through all the news and stuff.
Let's do that.
And I can tell you, I have a smidgen of extra info from Denpa, an even more smidgen of extra info from Kodansha, and a good amount of extra information from Dark Horse. Which is nice.
Let's do them in that order.
Okay, and the Dark Horse is nice because Dark Horse didn't have any announcements.
Yeah, let's do Denpa. Hold on.
Okay.
So this is from Crunchyroll, friends of the show as well. Denpa licensed Holiday Junction manga by Keigo Shinzo. You can see the slide there from the convention. Comedy anthology coming out, MSRP of $14 next fall of 2024.
That one, it's the first time that we have anything Keigo Shinzo in English, and Ed Chavez from president of Denpa said that he was extremely excited to be able to bring him to English audiences first. And I believe he said that there is another publisher who's has already picked up or is looking to pick up one of his longer works. So we should be getting more Keigo Shinzo as well, not just this anthology.
Nice. I'm interested. I will try and check this out when it comes out. Was that the only announcement? Didn't they announce something else?
That was their only announcement, and then Kuma had like 3 or 4.
Oh, that's right. Kuma, forgot about that.
Kuma has Seaside Stranger, Spread Your Wings and Fly.
Spread Your Wings and Fly, even if there's no rainbow tomorrow.
Yeah. Which are
Matamoto.
The Kuma's BL, so they're all BL. So if you don't care about BL, don't worry about it. If you love BL, be on the lookout for those.
Yeah. So that's cool from Denpa. Let's move on to Square.
Extra info, Denpa.
Yeah, go ahead. Sorry.
I was eating my cookie.
What flavor is it? The cookie?
Like shortbread, I guess. I don't know.
Okay.
Vanilla.
Okay.
So I talked to Ed the day before his panel, before the Denpa panel, and just kind of shot the shit, introduced myself, asked him a little bit of things about their books, asked why everything's always delayed. Is there a particular reason why all your stuff is always getting delayed? And he's like, yes, because we are a staff of 4 like literally just 4 people, and we like kind of overwork ourselves. And
Jesus.
He's like, I've taken on too many projects, and it more or less is what he was saying. Like I've taken on a lot of projects. We don't even always have the time to work on all of them. Some of it falls through the cracks and gets delayed further than they should. Anyway, so I asked then about Kaiji, because that is the most popular title that they have. It is very much their highest seller. And I said, hey, you know, are you guys done with Kaiji after volume 6? Because that wraps up the
first series, the first what do you call it?
The gambling apocalypse.
Yeah.
And he's like, yeah, we're done after that. That's always been the plan. Our license was always only for the first series. So, and like they apparently they talked about it whenever they first licensed it, that it was only going to be the first series. But a lot of people, you know, either missed it or forgot or whatever. But he said there is another publisher who will be picking up the license after Gambling Apocalypse. I cannot tell you who it is, and he also could not say whether it would be physical or digital, but there will continue to be official English releases for Kaiji. And then he said, we're not going to do the main series, but we are interested in some of the spin-offs, like the Mr. Tonegawa series, for instance.
Nice.
So that's the little extra from Denpa.
That's cool. I wonder if the mysterious publisher, they pick up the series, are they going to start all over again, or are they going to continue where Denpa left off?
They would be continuing. From what he said, it sounds like they would be continuing.
Okay. Because then the delay would be even bigger if they started doing everything from the beginning.
Oh, one more little one. March comes in like a lion because it's a longer series. I asked what their anticipated schedule was. He said 2 to 3 volumes a year, which means it's going to take fucking forever to catch up.
But get ready, folks.
At the very least, that's better than 1 volume per year, which is what Kaiji and other series have gotten.
Yep. Damn, a staff of 4 is wild. I know, right? I wouldn't want to live under that stress.
For both Denpa and Kuma.
For the whole thing, for the 2 sides?
Yep.
They should consider expanding a little bit. At least get like 2 more people involved.
I think I don't know where I saw it, but I'm like positive I saw him say it on Twitter before the convention, that they're not really profitable, so they can't afford to hire anyone else.
Oh wow. That's a sticky, tricky situation, I should say, to be in, because you want your business to grow, but it's not there yet where you can hire a lot of people.
To be fair, I think Dark Horse is a staff of 2. Like last I heard, Dark Horse Manga.
Wow, that's insane. Actually, both comments are insane. Volume 16 in France. Good for you guys. That's
good
awesome.
for you. France.
Yeah.
We got obesity over here. What are you going to do about
that? Want to trade? Okay, so do you want to go Square Enix or Kodansha next?
So we can do Kodansha if you want. That has like 20 something licenses.
Yeah.
Or I can mention the Dark Horse info that I have, because they have no licenses.
Let's get Kodansha out of the way, because a lot of people are excited for the D. There we go. So they kick things off with the big announcements. Spring 2024 print licenses. I saw this, and as soon as I saw that, in my head I went, Yep, of course. I saw ads of theirs on Twitter with MF Ghost, and I'm like, it wouldn't be out of it wouldn't be out of left field for them to announce Initial D. I kind of have a sneaking suspicion this is what they're gonna do, and they announced it. So I'm like, hey, I sort of saw that coming.
Yeah, that was, and I think either on one of our lives or one of my Twitch streams,
Yeah.
I mentioned it too. I was like, because it said like Kodansha, home of fairy tale, whatever, like 3 like really big licenses,
Mm-hmm.
and MF Ghost, and I was like, why are they mentioning MF Ghost like in the same line? And I know that has an anime coming out, but
Yeah,
it was just kind of,
it was really peculiar.
yeah. So like, I thought maybe, and I this is kind of behind the scenes, but for with Anime News Network, they got the emails like about the licenses the day before. So Friday, as I was waiting to go to dinner with my friend, I got the email with the Kodansha licenses Friday night, and this was announced Saturday afternoon. And it's,
Yes.
as you can see, it's the first thing on the email. Like when you open the link, it is literally the first item. And so I opened the link. I was like, all right, let's see. And I almost died. I was like, oh my God. Like this is my number one. Like this is my Inhumans, Gio.
Hell yeah, let's go. I remember you couldn't say it to me, obviously, for NDA purposes, but you gave me a hint on it, and I put the math. I did the math. I'm like, I'm pretty sure I know what we're talking about, so I kept quiet as well. So I was really excited too.
Yeah, I was like, Gio, they've announced something. It's really, really big.
There it is, guys. Initial D Omnibus Edition, an all-new, large-size 2-in-1 print edition of the series that made Japanese street racing into a worldwide phenomenon. From relive Takumi Fujiwara's journey from tofu delivery boy to street racing legend in 2-in-1 print editions of the series. Blah blah blah. This edition is still running in the 90s. Nice, but features a new translation and lettering for the 2020s. So, yeah, you're bringing back Initial D, but it's not exactly a reprint because you're working on it again with new translations. So,
yes,
it doesn't technically count as a reprint. It's more like putting it out again in a different format with new a remastered edition, I guess.
Yeah, because they can't use the old translation, and they can't use the digital translation either. So they have to work it from the ground up.
Nice.
Excuse me. Oh man, cookies making me burp. But I went before their panel. Like first thing in the morning. First thing I did was go to Viz's booth so I could buy the stuff I wanted before it sold out. Second thing I did was run over to Kodansha's booth. Like I ran around until I found it, and I found it, and fortunately, as I expected, one of the guys over there that I know, Ben, was working, and I was like, Ben, hey, I had to reintroduce myself, and he's like, oh yeah, I remember you from last year. I was like, Ben, because I'm here with ANN, I saw all the news for today's panel last night, and there is one license I didn't want to say it out loud. There's one license in particular I'm extremely excited about, and he was like, I know exactly which one you're talking about, and I am very excited about it too. And then I came back after the panel, and I was like, Initial D, and he's like, I know, I'm so excited for bringing it back. Like we wanted to do this for so long. This is so great. And so I was like, like nudging, I was like, we're gonna start looking at some of those old Tokyo Pop licenses that have been digital only. There's a few that I really want. And I threw out there, I was like, I know a lot of people want Beck Mongolian Chop Squad, and his eyes like lit up, and he was like, that is my favorite series like of all time. He's like, I still have the anime. He's like, I don't know if you remember, but the anime came in like a box set that looked like an amp. I still have it.
Yes.
He's like, I still have that displayed proudly on my shelf. He's like, I want that so bad. Like if we get the chance to do that, I would be so happy. So That's the extra info. It's not really any newsworthy stuff, but just
geeking out, between industry folks.
little bit of extra info. That I think the main point for like sharing that is I like to point out like the people that work at these publishers, a lot of them are into this stuff just like we are. Like they got into it because they love it, and like these people they seek out being able to do these licenses for the same reasons that like we want them to do. Like they're like excited whenever they get to do a fun revisit an old series or like get a new one that they've been wanting to get. So like we're one in the same. We're not too different, us and them.
It all comes from the same love for these books, so that's awesome to see.
Yeah.
Okay, so that was the first one. What a way to start. And then we got an announcement that I saw the comments online, and I found it pretty funny that a lot of people were excited, myself included. Some were a little bit like, huh? And others were like, what? And that is the Sign of Affection Omnibus Edition. So, the best-selling romance that pairs a globe-trotting guy and a sweet, curious woman who can't hear in a new 3-in-1 Omnibus edition coming out in next year. So this is still being published in Japan and over here too. The reason I say is because a lot of people thought Omnibus editions were going to do other series and not this one that's more recent. So I saw a little bit of confusion and excitement because I'm excited. I'm definitely going to pick this up. Sign of Affection.
Now, I wasn't at the panel, but apparently when they announced these, the crowd was like super into it.
Nice.
So, and it did also get the anime announcement this weekend.
Yeah, there's a visual key and a trailer for it.
And when I mentioned it to one of the other Kodansha guys, Ivan, or Kodansha folks, they said that, because I was like, what did I say? I was like, hey, do you know, are y'all doing an Omni for a Sign of Affection? Because there's knowledge like that it's going to be wrapping soon. So y'all know like how many of these it'll take. And that's why you're putting it out now, because it's a younger series. Mm-hmm. And they were like, I think that it's because they saw numbers that like with the anime coming out soon, the single volumes might start going out of print, and that it would be easier to reprint a 3-in-1 omnibus edition instead of all of those singles. So they decided to do it that way. That's what Ivan said.
Thank you, Ivan, for the information. That's awesome.
Yes.
Next up, another omnibus edition, although this was to be expected. Yes, Fairy Tail is getting the Omni treatment. So this,
go ahead. Because I promised that if it got 3-in-1 Omnis like this, that I would buy them.
I remember that. Yes. This will be 3-in-1 Omnis. The best way to collect the manga that inspired the long-running anime, including the new sequel series, Fairy Tail 100 Years Quest. So it'll be a total of how many volumes?
So the main series would be 21 volumes. And then if it's continuing with the 100-Year Quest, that's still an ongoing sequel series. So no telling how many that'll be.
Okay.
But it will be a minute before we get there. So who knows if it'll still be ongoing by that time.
We'll see what happens next year. I don't know. I'm kind of interested in getting this. Maybe I'll buy into the FOMO of everybody grabbing it and do that myself. Although I wish to collect Eden Zero personally, but Fairy Tail, cool. That's a famous series.
Maybe Eden's will be next.
I would love that. Turns out my online friend is my real life boss. This is by, do I say this like Nomura?
Nomura?
Nomura. A nerdy workplace BL dramedy manga perfect for fans of Cherry Magic and Yagi the Bookshop Goat. Extra long 2-in-1 edition for this thing.
Extra thick.
Yeah, I see what they did there. Also announced, anyway, I'm falling in love with you. This, let me read this real quick. Brand new manga from the author of I Fell in Love After School. Mizuha's 17th birthday is the pits. Her parents totally forgot, and the senpai she likes isn't interested in her. But when her longtime childhood friend asks her out, Mizuha has to sort out what this change could mean, and all in the middle of a global pandemic. An irresistible shoujo manga offering an all-you-can-eat buffet of high school drama, adolescent crushes, and childhood nostalgia. Anyway, I'm falling in love with you.
Oh, I forgot to mention the joke, the like we're still running in the 90s with Initial D. That was the guy I was talking to, Ben. He came up with that, and so I said something about like, dude, you're the ad copy on that one, the joke, the running in the 90s, spot on. And he laughed and he was like, I'm glad you like that one. I came up with that.
That's awesome. Next one here.
Box set.
Don't Toy With Me, Miss Nagatoro box set number 3, collecting volumes 13 to 18 of the manga, with new artwork plus a bonus item that we won't find out until the box releases, apparently. Right. Did we ever find out what were the bonus items on the previous 2 box sets? Do you know?
I never found out.
And I looked once for an unboxing video of it. I couldn't find anything. So I kept thinking, is this like a conspiracy? Does nobody have this box set? I want to know. I want to know what the hell the bonus item is. Is it an art print? Is it a poster, an extra book? Is it a collectible thingy? Who knows? But if you like Miss Nagatoro, pick this up. I do like the anime for this, but I've never read the original source material. Next up,
this one's
is Medalist from Suru Maikada. This was one of the winners, right, of the best manga of 2022. And it is getting an anime adaptation. This is an ice skating sports series. And that is pretty cool. It did not surprise me. I knew this was going to get picked up by somebody fast because it's really popular online and in Japan.
Yeah, so happy to see this one. This was definitely one that a lot of people were excited about.
Mm-hmm. We are also getting My Noisy Roommate. The roof over my head comes with monsters and a hottie. This, I don't know much about this, but I'll read it real quick. This is by Tsukiji Now. Osuke is excited about finally getting to live on his own, but on his first day in his new apartment, he finds himself kicked out onto the street. So when a real estate agent appears out of nowhere offering him a beautiful new place with just a couple conditions, he jumps at the chance. But when he opens the door, a drop-dead gorgeous blonde guy pops out. And it turns out living with him is one of the conditions. His name is Nanami, and he tells Osuke that not only are ghosts real, but Osuke himself is a magnet for all things supernatural. I dig this. I wanna read it.
Nanami. What are you doing out of JKK?
Another series coming out is KX Yaku, Bound by Law, from Yoshie Kaoruhara. The manga that inspired the hit live-action drama is coming out, because I'm not going to read these names. Opposite sides of the law flirt with danger in each other in a tangled web of political intrigue that is fraught with deception and secrets. A suspenseful mystery sure to get the heart racing in more ways than one, perfect for fans of banana fish. Only there are no bananas and no fish in this one.
I don't think there were any bananas or fish in the other one either.
In the other one? Oh, yeah. I'm excited for this. Hold on. But wait, we got a comment here. Box set 1 came with a small acrylic standee of Nagatoro. Oh, there we go. That's a cool.
But
See, now that I do like. Because I've ranted about that on my channel and on here as well. I'm not a fan of the box sets with just the little flimsy poster. I hate that. So to get an acrylic standee, that's awesome. Thank you for letting us know. Now this I'm excited for. You might remember that I talked about this on the show previously. This is Kaina of the Great Snow Sea by Tsutomu Nihei and art by Itoe Takemoto. This is based on the anime that is also written by Tsutomu Nihei. kind of, I'll just say it. It's a post-apocalyptic world. Think like Waterworld, except the world is covered in snow, and there are giant trees that the canopy goes up to the stratosphere. So there are people that live on top of the trees, and they don't go down. There's a war for resources down below, and the kingdom that's losing the fight wants to go up to meet a sage that will supposedly save them, but instead, the girl that goes ends up meeting this character right here, and the whole adventure begins. Really inventive stuff. I'm looking forward to reading the manga version of this. There is one season of the anime, and there's a sequel movie coming out either later this year or next year. So yeah, definitely gonna check this one out. Next one, Nude Model, Tsubasa Yamaguchi short stories by Tsubasa Yamaguchi. 3 erotic short stories from the creator of Blue Period. So not safe for work stuff. This one, a nude model in which a high school delinquent tries to seduce an introverted artist in his class only for her to turn the tables on him. Girl, in which a teenage boy becomes in demand for his recordings of erotic moaning and uncovers a sexual predator on the school staff in the process. That's a description. And Kamiya, in which a young doctor who can't stand the sight of blood overcomes her fears by going to a host club staffed by vampires, only to get caught up in a serial killer's web. I do want to check this out. That sounds awesome.
Yep.
And I love the cover for that. That's really cool. Nude model is pretty beautiful. Nice. Hold on. There we go. Next up. This, I think, is one of the most inventive titles out of the whole Anime Expo thing.
Yep.
I laughed so hard. I loved it. I got reincarnated in a BL, World of Big Man Boobs, by Tsukiji Nao. I just wanted to touch boobies. So that's the description. Love it. Nagare loves boobs, and he gets his wish to be reincarnated in a world of boobs, except these are man boobs, a zany BL isekai comedy full of titillation and satirical jabs at manga cliche of all kinds. An extra long 2-in-1 edition. Sounds great.
Could have called it like the Double D edition or something.
Oh, that'd be great. Double D edition. Nice. I Can't Say No to the Lonely Girl. This is by Kashikaze. A juicy Yuri manga. The goody-goody high school girl Sakurai meets a lonely girl and ends up entangled in a web of blackmail that might just lead to romance. It's hard to keep up with school when you can never say no to a devious classmate. There we go. Next up, we got A Brief Moment of Ichika by Natsu Tadano. Let me do this one real quick. At age 16, Ichika learned that she only had 2 years left to live. Now a sophomore college student, she lives a busy, upbeat life despite never knowing when the end will come. That's depressing. Everything changes when Ichika meets Professor Yurugi. For the first time, she feels she has something to live for, but then Yurugi quietly leaves the university and Ichika is left wondering why and what could have been. A gentle love story that grapples with the deepest existential questions we face in life. As the Shuji Terayama poem quoted in the text says, "If life is nothing but goodbyes, who needs life?" If you want to cry, I think this is the book for you. Just saying. Next up, The Yearning Fox Lies in Wait by Nomura again. In the 1920s, Tokyo prodigy Kiyo has finally made it to university only to find himself in a tough spot. He happens upon Ozaki, who invites him to live in his mansion. But is Ozaki just an eccentric recluse or something far stranger? And what kind of relationship did he have with Kiyo's grandfather? This is a supernatural one-volume BL romance from the creator of Turns Out My Online Friend Is My Real Life Boss, which we talked about previously, a couple minutes ago. This one is Number Call by Nagisa From the creator of My Summer with You comes a new high school romance about the power of numbers. The author's Japanese debut, now available for the first time in English. High schooler Eito Tachibana has always hated his name and the 8 jokes that come with it. One day, he meets a classmate named Tomoya Hata, aka Hachi, the Japanese word for 8. What begins as a casual greeting and small talk in the hallway soon becomes something much deeper, and Eito realizes that it's more than just a similar nickname that draws him to Hachi. Could the number 8, the number that 8 resented for so long, finally bring him something he'll love? It's pretty clever. I'm pretty sure this must have been a hassle to translate the whole 8 thing into English. Next one is The White and Blue Between Us. This is by Kiyohiko. It's been 7 years since Hozumi left behind the island town he grew up in, and Mishima, his close friend and first love from high school, with it. The two haven't spoken since Hozumi rejected Mishima and lied about his own feelings. When Hozumi returns for his high school reunion, he wants nothing more than to make amends, a task easier said than done. A moving, dramatic BL one-shot, perfect for fans of My Summer of You, 7 Days, or I Hear the Sunspot. By the way, most of these are, like, this is mature 18 and up. This one's 13 and up. This one's 16. So there's some variety for the romance connoisseurs out there. The next one is The Fragrant Flower Blooms with Dignity by Saka Mikami. The latest hit in Japan. Okay. Two rival schools stand next to each other, one for elite ladies and one for good-nothing boys. But one of those boys might just be a naturally chivalrous diamond in the rough, and one of those girls might be a little more open-minded than is proper.
I'm looking forward to this one because it's like delinquent guys.
Yeah, that's a trope you like.
Yep,
Nice.
you love me some delinquent guys. I like delinquent girls too, but you know, this one I don't think she's a delinquent girl.
Yeah,
maybe a little delinquent.
This one is, I was going to say Stella next to me now. Gazing at the Star Next Door. The latest shoujo from the creator of Ran the Peerless Beauty. What do you do? Yeah.
The Stella Next to Me is the Japanese title.
Ah, makes sense. What do you do when your best friend and secret crush becomes a national sweetheart? This story of unrequited love between a girl and her best friend, whose acting career is pulling him further and further away, is perfect for fans of In the Clear Moonlit Dusk and Kimi no Todoroki. Sorry.
In the Clear Moonlit Dusk also is on sale during the birthday sale at Right Stuff right now. So if you're looking for a good romance, you can get all 3 or the first 3 volumes for like 50% off or something.
Nice. Next one, I See Your Face Turned Away by Rumi Ichinoe. From the creator of My Sweet Girl. One might call Hikari extraordinarily ordinary. One day, she takes up a new hobby, imagining what a romance would be like between her pretty friend Mari and the cute guy in their class, Otani. It's all in harmless fun until the roles start to get tangled in Hikari's mind. Does she really have to be just the best friend in this love story? And just who is on Otani's mind when his eyes drift? Get it? Because Tokyo Drift. Never mind. Next one is Ninja versus Gokudo by Shinsuke Kondo. This is you sold me on this already. JoJo's Bizarre Adventure meets Fist of the North Star. Since before the dawn of memory, one thing has defined human history: the war between ninjas and yakuza. Of course, this coarse and manly manga follows 2 members of these warring tribes who fill the gutters of modern Tokyo with blood to determine which elemental force will reign supreme.
I feel like while reading the description, I couldn't help but feel like this was going to just turn into a BL.
It has that vibe to it. I would see that happening.
Warring tribes fighting each other, but will they find love on the battlefield?
They could have done ninjas versus pirates, but it's interesting to go with ninjas and yakuzas. Okay.
I love Yakuza stuff, so
Yeah.
I'll definitely try it out at least.
This one I saw some hype on the social medias. We got, is it Ado or Ado? How do we pronounce this?
I guess Ado.
Because it says over here Ado in Japanese, and over here it says Ado. So whatever it is, Ado by Jaku Amano. Future Japan has become a volatile mix of cultures, rocked by the protest of xenophobic extremists. A brash, job hopping young woman named Riko happens to save the life of a boy named Eito. Just as they're about to dig into some celebratory ramen, plant-like tendrils snake out from Eito's arm and stop a bullet in mid-flight. That is some deadly ramen eating. Who in the world is this boy, and why is the army after him? That's a major Akira vibes here. But I saw some people excited for it. That's cool. Next one is The Blue Wolves of Mibu by Tsuyoshi Yasuda. Neo is an orphan who can't help dreaming of a better world. In this action-packed manga, he meets two men who show him how much a few swords can change history. This riveting samurai series from the acclaimed creator of Days shares its setting with that other manga from that creep and chronicles the founding of the Shinsengumi by handsome and volatile men fighting for justice and for themselves. I do like the cover for this. It's pretty dope. Sketchy. Sketchy is by Sketchy is by Makihirochi. There you go. A portrait of a young adulthood that will attract fans of Inu Asano, Akiko Higashimura, and Taiyo Matsumoto. Those are some three bangers right there. As her 20s slip by, Ako feels she's falling behind, but a group of skateboarding girls will bring a newfound passion into her life in this reflective, relatable josei manga from the creator of Kichijo. I can't pronounce these names. Kichijoji and The Only Place to Live.
This is actually a seinen, by the way. I don't know why they decided to tell people it was a josei, but
they're changing stuff now. Oh
yeah.
My god. So yeah, this description, it's kind of sketchy. Not gonna lie. Next one, you got Bless by Yukino Sonoyama. They said Aya was destined to be a model, and June was bullied for her freckles. Really, freckles? Together, they will take back the power to define themselves in an inspirational fashion manga that asks cutting questions about what it really means to be beautiful and what it takes to overcome an arbitrary system that seems to respect talent over hard work. That's pretty cool. And the digital stuff, which, some people dig, others not so much. We got My Wife is a Little Intimidating, Volume 1. It's a very intimidating cover. And Tepu by Moare Ota, also coming out as a digital release. And you can already read Chapter 1. There you go. Same with this one. Or no, not this one. So yeah, that's Kodansha. What do you think overall? Any secrets that you want to reveal?
Nothing about Kodansha that I haven't already said, but just a lot of cool stuff.
Homie here looks like Eden Yeager, by the way.
Yeah, you do, especially with the shit on his eyes.
Yeah. So let's take one quick look because it's a lot of titles. Holy crap! I didn't know I could. I read so many books here. Description.
Yeah, before, like Kodansha has a lot coming out.
Damn. Nude model, definitely getting that. Kinda, yes. All this stuff looks great. I mean, I can't get them all, so I got to pick and choose, but they all sound great. And of course, the big two that I'm looking forward to: A Sign of Affection and Initial D, Omnibus Edition.
I have a place before deja vu. Dun, 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 dun.
I was H Field says I was very happily shocked about the license for Sketchy. Never thought it would ever be picked up, and I've been interested in reading it for a few years now. Love the look of the covers as well. I could see that being made into an indie movie. Honestly, fits pretty well with that type of movie making.
I'm gonna definitely get several of these and at least try out some of these. I think the boob touching one is just a single volume, in which case I will definitely be getting that because it sounds hilarious. He's like, I wanted to touch boobs, but they threw me into a world of man boobs.
Yeah, an extra long 2-in-1 edition. So yeah, I think it's a one and done. Just those two at one edition.
Yeah, the nude model definitely, the Nihei one definitely, Fairy Tale, Initial D, Medalist, for sure.
It's gonna be a good 2024.
Yeah.
Let's go to Square Enix next. Square Enix manga and books to release multiple new titles in 2024 and late 2023. We can see them here. The first one is A Man and His Cat picture book. This is really cute. Not gonna lie. We got, what the hell is this?
Is it just called 2 to 1?
2 to 1.
No, it's called The One.
Oh, the one. Sorry.
I don't
the
know.
One.
I don't know what it's about because there's no ad copy here, but whatever.
Yes, I'll see if I can find some descriptions of it, but I'll look that up. The One, Mobsters in Love, Victoria's Electric Coffin. I love the sound of that title. I don't know what the hell is this about, but I'm excited. I love that weird title.
It just reminds me of Electric Funeral from Black Sabbath.
Just like Mona Lisa.
Da Vinci?
This is not a manga. Sorry. Smoking Behind the Supermarket with You. I'm intrigued by this. I want to check it out. I'll find a description and read it off because it sounds pretty promising for me.
I like the cover.
Soul Eater Not, the Perfect Edition. So we're going into the Not series.
I don't know how many volumes it'll be, but
Angel Next Door Spoils Me Rotten. I did see the anime adaptation last season on the winter season, and it was cute. It was fun. Nothing to write home about, but that's cool. And I don't know. I'm tempted because I do have the manga and I watched the anime. My Dress Up Darling has an anime fan book. I'm debating if I will get this or not. I probably will. If I need to fill out a cart full of manga and I need something extra for the free shipping, I'll toss this in there. No, we're not playing Final Fantasy 16 in this stream. And that was it. Right? Yeah.
Yeah, they didn't have a huge amount.
Let me see if I can find real quick. Oh, I know. I tweeted about them. Hold on. Let me look for my Twitter thing.
Soul Eater Not was 5 volumes, so I'm wondering it'll probably be like 3 hardcovers.
Square Enix manga and books. No. Okay, so Victoria's Electric Coffin, Volume 1. David's life should have ended on death row, but what's an electric coffin, and why does the young genius Victoria Frankenstein wants to turn him into one? So that comes out next year. Nope, not this. Okay. So this one that I mentioned over here, the one, the name is The Villainous Guide to Not Falling in Love, Volume 1. So this is Luciana is now the villainess of an Ultimate game. But instead of vying for suitors, she wants a peaceful life. What could go wrong?
Nothing.
Smoking Behind the Supermarket with You. That's the one I was interested in talking about. Sasaki is worn out from work at an exploitive company, and a cashier's smile is his only comfort. But who's this? But who's this? A new smoking buddy behind the store. I think I think this could go places, so I'm interested. That's the official description, but I'm intrigued. Let's see. The angel next door spoils me rotten. After two lonely neighbors meet on a fateful rainy day, a relationship begins to blossom, based on the novels that inspired the hit anime. I don't know if it was a hit or not, but okay, let's go with that. The Final Fantasy stuff, the encyclopedia for Final Fantasy, and that's it. Yeah, there we go. So that was Square. Next up, we got Yen Press. We're going to switch on over to the folks at Anime News Network, real friends of the show. God bless.
Friends of the show.
Yeah, the first one we got here is Beast Strings, not to be confused with Beast Stars or Beast Wars. So this is part of the Beast multiverse. I'm kidding. Welcome to the city of Juso, or however you pronounce it. The hero who once saved the city serves as a mayor. Now he and his two secretaries are hard at work running Juso. Elsewhere, a young elf and her wolf man butler live out a rom-com plot, and a dragon and a bard form an unlikely musical duo. Everyday life in this diverse and harmonious city is already full of adventure and surprise. But when disaster threatens to strike, will these citizens become part of an all-new legend? I'm intrigued by this. I want to check it out. It's kind of like a Beast Stars funky thing going on, but without the romance.
It's got more like fantastical.
Yeah. I think they're gonna team up and fight some bad guy or something. God Bless the Mistaken from Neo Nagatani. Middle schooler Kon lives in a world with periodic exceptional phenomena, more commonly known as bugs. As the unofficial assistant of his landlady Kasane Hinesaki, a leading researcher in the field, he helps study the effects and impacts of these mysterious abnormalities. Some bring fun, others bring intrigue, and still others cause inconveniences to their daily lives. But one thing's for sure, in a world like theirs, every morning may bring a new surprise. Bungo Stray Dogs, Dazai Chuya, age 15. A Witch's Life in a Micro Room by Akitaka. Maj and Lilika are novice C-rank witches living together in a cramped single-room apartment. Sounds fun. Sounds like a comedy series. I'm shocked if this doesn't get an anime. Bride of the Barrier Master by Kureha and Odayaka, with character design by Bodax. 18-year-old Hana, born to a branch family of a clan of guardians, has always been struck in the shadow of her more capable, beautiful, and popular twin sister. So I'm guessing she falls in love with another person. Higurashi, When They Cry, Meguri. This is by Ryukishi07 and Tomato Akase. Tomato. So this is part of the Higurashi universe, and if you're into Higurashi Go, you might want to pick up Meguri.
Yeah, it's the sequel to that one. Oh, and speaking of things by Ryokishi or whatever, I asked if they would ever have plans to reprint Umineko, and they awkwardly said, because this was like at the very end of the panel, where everyone was doing Q&A, and everyone in the line for Q&A had ended or like left, and I was sitting at the front, so I was like, I grabbed the microphone from the last guy, and I was like, just a real quick one, like talking to the Yen Press people that know me, and I was like, are y'all gonna reprint Umineko? And then Mark, who was like leading the panel, was like, and that's the panel, everyone. Just like wrapped it up.
I guess that's a big no.
I don't think they have the license to it anymore. I think that's the problem.
Yeah. Let's see. So yeah, Higurashi, Hollow X Meeting by Anmitsu Okada. Taking Care of God by I can't pronounce these names. Liu Zixin. Sorry, Liu. Jun Yokoyama for the manga adaptation. Got it.
This one sounds really funny. The way that they described it was like basically these aliens come down to Earth, but all the aliens are just old people that like need the young people. They start moving in with all the younger people and like needing them to do everything for them, but they're also gods. So they like they force it on them basically. It sounds really funny.
Nice. So yeah, I'm looking forward to this. Sounds cool. Durarara Side Stories. This is a light novel. You got a ReZero short story collection, also a light novel. The Contract of the Phantom and His Servant, also a light novel. Babel, another light novel. These are all light novels. These are all light novels. Yes. Yeah. Okay, so that was Yen Press. Okay.
They did Eyes Press also. I don't know if it was on the same list here. No. They separated it, I think. But Eyes Press had a few manhwa, including Omniscient Readers,
Hmm.
Viewpoint or whatever it is. That was like their big one. They were really excited to announce. Like the crowd went cuckoo bananas for it. But it was funny
Nice.
because they accidentally spoiled it because there was a banner out in the hall that said for that series that said like coming to print soon.
Ooh. Uh, Mangamo. Why do I have Mangamo here? Oh,
Uh,
we already know about this. My Love Story with Yamada-kun, that's getting a physical edition. And we talked about that last week. So it's not technically new information. They just like confirmed what was said.
yes.
And it will be released under Penguin Random House's Inklore label thing,
Implore colophon.
the colophon,
I
the
don't know.
colon, the big colon for books. Next up, Udon. So we're going to this website, which I have not been to in ages, because I could not find another website with images. Udon announced 3 manga and a book. I'm sorry, but that's a funny headline. 3 manga and a book at Anime Expo. We're getting Falling in Love with a Traveling Cat, More Than a Married Couple But Not Lovers. This had an anime 2 seasons ago that I watched. It was pretty okay. My Stepmom's Daughter is My Ex. Nice, I guess. And Otoman Henshin Hero Husband, also coming out by Shinosuke Kanazawa. What do you think of these 4?
Ultraman was definitely the one that got the most hype out of those 4. Like most
Let's
people
go, Otoman. I don't think I'm going to read these 4, but it's cool. This one, More Than a Married Couple, that was just an odd series.
there was going to be, I guess it wasn't with Udon, but I'm mentioning it here because Udon didn't have a panel. They just announced stuff at the manga publisher roundtable, and there was going to be at least one more announcement for um, I guess it would be from Fantagraphics with manga splaining, because like manga splaining is the podcast that like
Podcast.
Deb does with Chip Zdarsky, David Brothers, and Christopher. I forget his last name, but anyway, so they last year announced their first manga license with Fantagraphics called Okinawa, which comes out in I believe August. They just emailed me like on the last or like when I was coming back home to be like, hey, we want to send you a copy. So I was like, okay, cool.
Yay.
Which I don't know why like Deb didn't just say something to me in person. She could have just been like, hey,
Yeah.
they are going to announce at least one more license in San Diego Comic-Con. They were supposed to announce it here, but they skipped out on announcing it. And I know if it's just one or if it's at least one, I know one of the licenses is something that I've seen some people looking forward to, but it is a little bit niche.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm. Speaking of niche, I mean,
Niche.
it's not so niche, but it's a conspiracy in my freaking head, and I wanted to bring this up. Sandland is getting a full colored manga. We talked about this previously that it was getting a new printing in Japan, like a deluxe edition. I forgot the word that they use over there. I said it on the last stream, but you know me, I forget stuff. That's normal. So Sandland full color manga launches August 4th. We're getting this. We're getting the movie. We're getting the freaking game for PlayStation 5. I would assume somebody at Viz would be like, what if we looked into reprinting it for next year? Just saying. Or for whenever. I don't know. So, am I crazy? Probably. But my theory is that we're going to see Sandland reprinted sometime soon.
It is still listed on Right Stuff as like out of stock, expecting more. So it's not gone. It's just not available.
Yeah. Also, Sandland is also getting, double alsos, getting figures too. So there's a huge out of nowhere renaissance for Akira Toriyama's Sandland, which I find funny. But the game looks really fun. I'm excited for it.
Figures, game, movie, deluxe edition, color edition, like
yeah. Next thing we know, we're gonna get a freaking deluxe edition hardcover next. So yeah, that's happening.
They're gonna send it to Dark Horse and they're gonna put it into an all-in-one or
a collab with a ribbon and everything.
Yeah.
It'd be cool if the book had that sand texture, like a felted thing or something, and or like a grainy cover, and make it like sand colored with the deluxe size book. So that's coming out, and then I just wanted to quickly mention this again, the Azuki stuff, just briefly. You can take a look at it here.
Itazura
na Kiss, Buffalo 5 Girls,
5 Mayoko Ano titles,
insufficient direction. Moyoko is ecstatic, I'm sure.
Yeah, that's Hideaki Anno's wife, by the way.
Sorry, Moyoko. Memoirs of Amorous Gentleman. The Diary of Ochibi-san. Sorry. Don't Count Your Tanukis. This is my favorite of the bunch. Wonder House of Horrors, which I know you have a copy of. There we go.
We have it right here.
Yeah. Wait. Young, Alive, in Love.
I also have a copy of that one.
And Transit. And I just wanted to point out. There we go.
Oh, yeah, that was me.
Yeah, baby. So there you go. There were more announcements, but we're not going to go over every digital thing that got announced. Sorry. So now what we're going to do here is we're going to go for the previews for the month of July.
I've got the behind the scenes special exclusive information from Dark Horse.
Oh, Dark Horse. I forgot about that. Yeah. Take it away. Go for it.
The panel, the only thing at their panel that was mentioned that I hadn't really seen talked about before was Oh My Goddess, Omnibus 4, 5, and 6. The official date for those is supposed to be July 19th. I only bring that up because I saw people talking before about like, when are they doing that? It's been forever. So those are supposed to come out later this month. The panel itself was mostly, so it was Carl Horn and Michael Gambos, and mostly talking about Dark Horse's history, the early manga that they did, blah, 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 blah. Like, it's, I mentioned to someone, and they were like, oh, yeah, the Carl show. Yeah, I love the Carl show. So he does that a lot, where he'll just talk on about whatever. I got to talk to him, though, later. Oh, the reason I was saying that, because he spent a long time talking about Innocent, the upcoming manga from them coming like October, November, or whenever, by Shinichi Sakamoto. So at the party, the Anime News Network industry party, I got to talk to Carl for about an hour about all kinds of stuff. The special info from that I got to get from him, and I'm telling, like, I'm going to give you all the information that I know, everything that he said. There's nothing that I'm keeping. So there's no questions because I don't have any additional information is what I'm trying to get at. So we were talking, it was myself, Carl, Evan from Azuki, and then a fourth party walks up. I don't know who they were or who they were with, but they go to Carl and are like, hey, great panel today. Super excited about Innocent. Super excited to finally have Shinichi Sakamoto in English officially. Like, it's been too long. Carl's really excited. He's like, yeah, we're really excited, blah, 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 blah. So here's the first little bit. He did say that inevitably Innocent Rouge will be published after Innocent. That's the sequel series. So if you're concerned about that, no need to be concerned. So then we're like, all right, so we have Innocent and Viz is doing Midnight Children. So we've got some, Sakamoto stuff out in English. And I was like, now the only thing we have to get is the Climber, Koko no Hito. And Carl says, yes. And we're very interested in the license.
Ooh.
But we need Innocent to sell well first so that we can get the license.
So this is a PSA, everybody. Buy the damn book.
Buy Innocent. If you want to see the Climber, Innocent, tell your son to buy Innocent. Tell your grandma to buy Innocent. Buy it for everyone's birthday.
When does Innocent come out? In October, right?
I think it's October. So
get it as a Halloween treat for yourself.
I'm assuming because of his wording, and this is an assumption, so I could be wrong. I'm assuming because of the way that he said it, they were that the license holder, or it could have also been Sakamoto himself, said, this first, then Climber.
Mm-hmm.
Like that's what I'm assuming happened, because that does happen. Sometimes the publishers in Japan will do package deals. They'll give you like, oh, you want this one, then you get these. If you buy all three of these, then we'll give you that one. That's the only way we'll give you that license. And then other times it's something like this where it's like, oh, you want this one, you have to sell this one first. And if that does well, then you can get this one. So I'm guessing that's what it was. I'm guessing it wasn't them choosing one before the other and doing it like that, though I wouldn't like that. That could be a thing as well. Like it could have been, hey, Innocent is the much more like highly it's won a lot more awards than the Climber has. So they might have it could have been that, but I'm leaning towards it was a licensor thing. Anyway, conversation continues and it trends towards talking about the deluxe edition hardcovers, which is a hot topic for everyone. Everyone loves the deluxe editions out here. Not everyone. I know some people don't give a shit, but like we love these things. And so the hot topic for everyone is, they just did Trigun. What's next, if anything? And so I don't remember how I brought it up, but I said, I'm sure you saw, on social media, the big response to Trigun. Like people were super excited about that. I know y'all were working for like a couple of years on that. And I was like, are you planning to continue with the line? He's like, oh yeah, absolutely. We have a few different series that we're looking to add into the deluxe edition line. So not just like, oh, there's something. There are a few that they're looking at. And I didn't push because I'm not trying to be that guy because I know that they can't say anything more than they can. But
yeah, he's already giving you that much. So
yeah, there's nobody asked. I didn't get the license information. But I was like, oh, okay, awesome, And he said that the only information I got from that was that one of them would be a single volume release. I don't know what it is, but I made a list of every Dark Horse license that I could find.
You want my guess?
Yeah, go ahead.
The Satoshi Kon book.
That I wrote that down. I wrote it down as one of the things. I don't know if that would be it or not, but I wrote it down.
We'll see what happens.
Depending on how thick that they will make a volume, I'm wondering if they would do an all-in-one for planets to ride off of Yukimura's name.
Yeah, that'd be fun. That
would be a really cool one. But one of them is going to be an all-in-one. This one's not much news-worthy, but just a fun little tidbit. So I'll share it anyway because I want to, and y'all have no choice. He said that they're trying to make sure that the design of each of these matches the stories that are inside, like that they make sense for whatever the content of the manga is. So that's why Berserk looks like a Bible. Hellsing, they made it with the blood red. He didn't say the thing like what it was for Blade of the Immortal, but he said that the Trigun, when they announce or when they reveal the actual covers for that, it's also going to be something that makes sense in context of the story itself, and that they're working on different types of designs for some of the different ones coming out later, which is cool that he said that, because I was thinking about how I was like, man, if they ever did do Gantz in hardcover, I don't think that that design and like the faux leather would do well for, like, it needs to be sleek. Like if they do Gantz, it has to be like a sleek, maybe like all black with like a matte black with a glossed title on it to kind of be like the sphere,
Yeah.
or like the suits, maybe make it like a spandexy kind of instead of leather.
What if they make the deluxe editions have slip covers, so that will fit with the leather theme and
Yeah.
the sleek feature techno stuff?
So I did then mention, I don't remember exactly like the beat for beat of the conversation, but at some point I brought up like, I know that there's some issue with doing Gantz because the Omnis didn't sell well enough, but if it means anything, I did run a poll with my community, and the answer for their number one choice was overwhelmingly Gantz. Like it was at number one with twice as many votes as the number two, which was Lone Wolf and Cub. And then I mentioned Astro Boy as well, because it was just the first one off the top of my head. Rule of threes, I'm only going to mention three things. So I just said Gantz, Lone Wolf and Cub, Astro Boy. And then the final bit that I think is like worth mentioning, because a lot of the conversation was about like why Berserk sells so well in this format, and like why there are so many people that were only comic book readers that started reading manga with that. And I was telling him about how people not only have like format preference, but like format loyalty, to the point that they'll buy something because of the format without even knowing what it is. Anyway, he thought that was really interesting when I was talking about that. But I pitched an idea for one. I told him like, hey, I don't know if you may have already thought about something like this, but if not, here's an idea for you. A Kentaro Miura compilation.
Nice.
And he stopped and he like kind of stared off in the distance. And he was like, collect, something that would have like Japan, King of Wolves, Gigantomaxia. And I was like, and if possible, earlier one shots that he had that y'all haven't published, or like newer stuff. I said maybe even Duranki, but he wasn't directly involved in that. And I told him, this would be really something that I think would sell really well, because
of course, yes,
the name alone, and it would work if you build it as a like companion piece to the Berserk hardcovers. I think a really good piece to go along with those. Especially since you're going to be done with that line after 14 until like the foreseeable future. It's going to be a while before 15 comes out, so that gives you something else you can put out there. I was like, people would love it. I think people would absolutely eat this one up. And I said the only thing is it might be a little bit too much for one volume, because I counted up the individual pages. If absolutely everything was in there, and it might trend towards like 1,000 pages, which is not too much. Like we know that we have omnibus editions at like 1,600 plus pages, but
you can split them up and make more cash that way too.
Yeah, split it and get two $50 volumes. Like, that sucks for us, but capitalism. I was like, you might have to split it into two volumes because of that. And I know that the largest of their deluxe editions came in at like 800 something pages. So I'm not, I don't want to say like push it. And he was like, yeah, if we have, I'm talking about.
He got excited too, man. Yeah, it's awesome.
But he was like, yeah, if it gets too big, there's not going to be a lot of room for like the extras and the fun stuff in there. And I was like, exactly. So I put that one there, and he was like, I'm going to bring that one to Michael Gombos. So he's like, that's a good idea. I'm going to bring that one to Michael. So that's the main material from my conversation with Carl. if you're ever at a con where Carl is going to be hosting a panel, I recommend anyone to watch. He's fantastic. He has decades of experience in the industry. Even before he was at Dark Horse, he worked at Viz. He did the Pulp magazine, and like he edited Golgo 13. He's just, it's very, very clear how much he loves the industry, the culture, the medium, and everything, and he loves his job. So talking with him was really fun, and it's fun because like I knew talking to him about all these things about why certain trends happen and why certain people like certain things sell well. He was eating that up. Like he was extremely interested in what I had to say. So it was that made it a really cool conversation that I felt like I was actually providing insight in there.
Nice.
So that's what we got.
I think they'll get the ball running on that. You sparked an interest there that they hadn't thought about.
I think it's a great idea. I
like the Miura Legacy Collection thing, Volume 1.
Whatever they want to call it, the Miura Complete Works. But I had the idea, and there were like 2 or 3 other people that in my poll voted for it without me mentioning that it was a thing. And I was wondering, like, would anyone else come up with the idea and vote for it without me mentioning it? So there are, it's in the nebulous cloud of ideas that are out there in the world. And now I've made sure to impart that onto the powers that be. And I think that if they wanted to do it, it wouldn't be that hard to do it, because one of the points that he really nailed in at the panel was, at the Dark Horse panel, was how easy Hakusensha is to work with as a license holder and as a publisher, that they like trust Dark Horse completely with Berserk and with the series, because they're like, we trust your vision, we trust your respect for the creator and the work and stuff, and we're gonna we'll let you do whatever. Whereas other publishers are like I think Shonen Gahosha is the publisher for Trigun, so like with them it's like they had to talk them into allowing it to be put into the hardcover format. I think it's Shonen Gahosha.
Here's the wiki page for Miura.
Yeah,
you were mentioning the works here.
So Futatabi and Noah are 2 one-shots that are each around like 55 to 60 pages. King of Wolves we have in English. Obviously Berserk we do as well, and the Berserk prototype is collected in one of the volumes of Berserk. Then is the sequel to King of Wolves, which I don't believe we have in English, because I don't think that it's packed in with the English edition of Japan of King of Wolves, but I could be incorrect there. I don't think it is, but I could be wrong. And then
1 volume.
Yes. Yeah, so each King of Wolves and Oroden are each 1 volume. And then Japan is another 1 volume. Gigantomaxia is another single volume. Those 2 we also have in English. Japan and Oroden are both by Bronson, the creator of Fist of the North Star. And then Duranki, which he was not directly like he wrote it and he produced it, and it was illustrated by Studio Gaga. Yeah. This is the one that I'm pretty sure he was using to make sure like that Studio Gaga could emulate his style for after he passed.
So they could, I would if it were up to me, obviously it'd be cool to have everything in 1 book, but if you were to do 2, Futatabi, Noah, and King of Wolves and Oroden, that's 1. And then the second one would just be do these 3. Why not? Japan, Maxia, and Duranki. Why not?
I think it breaks up really well if they want to do it in 2. If they need to do it in 1, it would be like 1,000 or 1,100 pages. So it would be significantly bigger than any of the other hardcovers, but it wouldn't be so big that it's the biggest thing we've ever seen before.
Yeah. Speaking of this Gigantomaxia, I do want to point out when I showed everybody the Old Boy book that I got, the Spanish edition, I was surprised. I didn't mention it anywhere, but they reprinted Gigantomaxia, and at Walmart they had a bunch of copies of the book. Like, what? That's weird to see here. So yeah, that's pretty cool. Hopefully, it does happen. I think Was that everything from Dark Horse?
Yeah, that's everything from my conversations with Carl.
Nice. Next up, we got previews. Let's go by this real quick. I don't have the first week, so we're gonna go over to previews world because they do have it. Abandoned Sacred Beast came out, volume 14.
Final volume.
That's the final volume.
Mm-hmm.
Nice. Ancient Magus Bride 18. I need to catch up. I have up to 15 or 16. Berserk of Gluttony Volume 8. The Blade of the Immortal Deluxe hardcover Volume 9, which I ordered from our wonderful sponsor, InStockTrades.com, your home for all things collected editions. You get your Omnibus trade paperbacks, hardcovers, manga, and so much more for great prices that range from 42% off to 60% off at times. Order $50 or more in your order, and you get free shipping. Fantastic customer service, wonderful packaging. That's InStockTrades.com, the official sponsor of this show. Okay, so yeah, I did order that from IST. Blue Box, Volume 5. Classroom of the Elite, Horikita, Volume 1. We got the final volume of Dr. Stone, Volume 26. Drifting Dragons, Volume 14. Eden Zero, Volume 23. Elusive Samurai, Volume 7. Gap Papa, Daddy at Work and Home, Volume 2. Works at Gap stores. Hana and Hina After School, Volume 2. Inspector, Volume 18. I need to get this. I love this series. Kemono Jihen, I forgot to get this. So that's a nice reminder. Volume 6. Kubo Won't Let Me Be Invisible, Volume 8. Let's Buy Land and Cultivate It, Volume 4. If you know what I mean. Like a Butterfly, Volume 1 from Viz. Love is an Illusion, Volume 3. Lovely Muko. That's the dog that I was confusing the thing you showed me earlier. That. That's why it was in my head. Made in Abyss, Volume 11. Man and His Cat, Volume 8. Let's see over here. Moriarty, The Patriot, Volume 12. My Love Mix-Up, Volume 8. Noragami Omnibus, Volume 6. One Piece, Volume 103.
Woohoo.
Seven Seas, Pandora and Crimson Show, Ghost Urn, Volume 16. And Please Go Home, Miss Akutsu, Volume 2. It's a spicy one. Romantic Killer, Volume 4. Tista, Volume 2. That's the last one, right?
Yes.
Tista, I think that's it. No, Vampire Knight Memories, Volume 8. Versailles of the Dead, Volume 4. World's End Harem Fantasia, Volume 9. Yuri Is My Job, which just had an anime adaptation that I really enjoyed. And that was the first long-ass week. The rest, I'm going to switch on over to the folks that write stuff with all the big pictures. You got Offshore Lighting. By the way, Riley has a video about all this stuff, and I have a video on it. So if you want more in-depth knowledge, go to those videos. I picked 12 books that I anticipated, and Riley talked about the whole shebang. So there you go.
The new volume ones and stuff. I think I talked about roughly around 25 different titles.
Nice. Dandadan, Volume 4. Kaiju number 8, Volume 7.
Almost to Kaiju 8, Volume 8.
I that's going to be a celebration. I'm excited. Kirby Manga Mania, Volume 6. Twisted Wonderland Book 1. You got Mao, Volume 12. Fly Me to the Moon, which I love this cover for the damn cat. He's going for it. Wolf Girl and Black Prince, Volume 2. Helk, Volume 4, which is getting an anime soon on High Dive. Case Closed, Volume 87. Persona 4, Volume 3. My Coworker Has a Secret, Volume 2. Acid Town from Tokyo Pop. The Reprise of the Spear Hero, Volume 8. Devil's Candy, Volume 3. That's a wicked cover. Seirei Gensoki Spirit Chronicles, Volume 4. And Infinite Dendrogram, Omnibus, Volume 5. Jesus. Tier Moon Empire, Volume 1. Cinderella Closet, Volume 2. My New Life as a Cat, Volume 2. My Girlfriend's Child, Volume 2. Lots of Volume 2s this month.
Yep.
Sengoku Yoko, Volume 2. Definitely getting this. Parallel Paradise, Volume 14. Shaman King Flowers, Volume 3. A Galaxy Next Door, Volume 5. This is the last one for this series. The anime also ended. Barbarities, Volume 3. Malevolent Spirits Mononogatari, Volume 3. This is getting a second season. It's airing this week, I think. No Longer Allowed in Another World, Volume 3. We got Momo the Blood Taker, Volume 5. I Get the Feeling That Nobukuni-san Likes Me, Volume 3. Failure Frame, I Became the Strongest and Annihilated Everything with Low-Level Spells, Volume 6. Oh, Jesus, that's a big title right there. My repair skill became a versatile cheat, so I think I'll open a weapon shop, Volume 4. That girl takes up the whole cover. Jesus. Finder Deluxe Edition, Volume 12, Embrace. They're embracing, and right after this, they're going to shoot somebody in the head. World's Greatest First Love, Volume 16. I Should Not Love You. Well, one-shot volume here. Twilight Out of Focus, Volume 2. Shikimori's Not Just a Cutie, Volume 13. Like this cover. Gambling, we talked about Kaiji earlier. Gambling Apocalypse Kaiji, Volume 5. Will it come out? That's the question of the day.
We shall see.
Marvel Comics, a manga tribute art book. Apothecary Diaries, Volume 8. This is getting an anime soon, and it looks gorgeous. Horimiya Memorial Book Page. This is an art book.
Actually,
Boys
it's on hand.
Which one?
The Horimiya book.
Horimiya?
I have it on hand over here.
Nice. Do you have the main series?
Nope, I've never read it, but Yen Press sent it to me, so I got it. The little art book.
I think you'll like it. It was fun. I did like the show. Boys Abyss, Volume 2. Somebody in the chat mentioned that they read that they were reading it and that they had to take a break. I think that was it, or had to stop because this is some edgy, heavy shit, man. The Girl I Like Forgot Her Glasses. This also got an anime adaptation. It's airing right now. My Dress Up Darling, Volume 9. I'm getting this one. Dark Gathering. I need to get this. Volume 2. Attack on Titan Omnibus, Volume 11. So, what? It would be one more book or two more books?
One more book.
One more book, and we'll have the full thing in Omnibus Edition. Seraph of the End Vampire Reign, Volume 27. Undead Unlock, Volume 12. We finally saw the trailer from David Production. Looks pretty cool for the anime. I Want to Be a Receptionist in This Magical World, Volume 1. Adam, Volume 5 from Titan Comics. There we go. Record of Ragnarok, Volume 7. Cheeky Brat, Volume 7. Hirano and Kagiura, Volume 3. Eminence and Shadow, Volume 7. Shadow's House, Volume 4. You got 2 Shadow manga. Cool. I think this is the most hyped thing coming out of July.
Yes.
The Summer Hikaru Died, Volume 1. I think I'm going to get it. I don't know. I need to check my pre-orders. Imitation Manhwa, Volume 1. So not a manga, but a manhwa. Record of Lodos War, The Crown of the Covenant, Volume 2. One more book, and we'll be done with this. Banished from the Hero's Party, I decided to live a quiet life in the countryside, Volume 5. The Beginning After the End, another manhwa, Volume 3, and Black Butler, Volume 32. People got excited because they announced the new anime for it. Bungo Stray Dogs, Huang, I don't know how to pronounce it. Volume 5, sorry. Call the Name of the Night, Volume 2. You have this one.
Mm-hmm.
Can't Stop Cursing You, Volume 4. You also have this one, Coffee Moon, Volume 3.
Really like that one.
This artwork from Mochito Bota reminds me of Danganronpa for some reason. I don't know. Or at least the covers do. Death Mount Death Play Volume 9. The anime just ended, the first season. The Devil is a Part-Timer Anthology. Final Fantasy Lost Stranger Volume 9. And next up, we got Goblin Slayer Volume 12. I'm amazed that this is still going. People really like them Goblin Slayers. Hinowa got Crush Volume 8. And I kept pressing the 100 million year button and came out on top. Volume 3. This is, this one has parental advisory for Hinowa, so be on the lookout. Not for the kids. In Another World with My Smartphone. A Condition Called Love, Volume 4. Got Peter Grill and the Philosopher's Stone, or not Stone, Philosopher's Time, Volume 10. It's a big, boobalicious cover. The Skull Dragons, Precious Daughter, Volume 2.
That one's a highly recommended from me.
Nice. Phantom of the Idol, Volume 6. When Will Ayumu Make His Move, Volume 12. Volume 12, and he still hasn't made his move.
Dang, a you move.
Look at his face. That's the face of a guy that has not made a move yet.
No,
and she's probably wondering, why hasn't he made a move yet?
Is that the person he's supposed to move on? She looks significantly younger.
Yeah, that's the couple for the series. I think they're the same age because they're in the same grade. I don't know. I could be wrong. The Great Cleric, Volume 4, and Wistoria, Wand and Sword, Volume 5. Oh, this is a big boob manga, so if you got kids watching this stream, cover their eyes. Kakagurui Twin, Volume 13, and Desire Pandora, Volume 4. It's pretty big. Let's go over here. We got one more page, I think. Give me a second. Kowloon, Generic Romance, Volume 4. Love and Heart, Volume 8. Love of Kill, Volume 12. Mint Chocolate, Volume 8. Bite Maker, The King's Omega, Volume 8. My Mate is a Feline Gentleman. Saint? No, just a monster tamer passing through, Volume 1. The Strongest Sage with the Weakest Crest, Volume 13. Secrets of the Silent Witch. This one sounds really good, and I like the art on this one. I do recommend checking that out. Ex Yakuza and Stray Kitten, Volume 3. I love the drawing for the cat here. It's very Western inspired. Like a Western artist doing anime style. Or maybe it is. Who knows? Please Put Them On, Takamine-san, Volume 6. 6 volumes, and she still hasn't put them on. Come on, man. Run on Your New Legs, Volume 5.
The final volume of that one. It's highly recommended.
Oh, I thought it was longer. Okay, cool. One of my newest obsessions. I love this series, and I'm collecting it. If I posted a manga haul, so I talked about it. The Dangers in My Heart, Volume 6. So I'm eagerly anticipating this. I can't wait to read this. She Professed Herself Pupil of the Wise Man, Volume 9. Shy, Volume 3, which is getting an anime and looks pretty good. The Evil Secret Society of Cats, Volume 3. My Senpai is Annoying, Volume 10. These are all colored editions. This one's pretty funny. Slice of life word comedy. A Terrified Teacher at Ghoul School. I need to catch up on this one. I have only 4 volumes of this, and they're already at volume 13.
Damn.
What's this? Namikawa-san Won't Take a Licking, Volume 4. And Toilet Bound Hanako-kun, Volume 18. Touring After the Apocalypse, Volume 3. What's Wrong with Secretary Kim, Volume 2. Why Ray Liana Ended Up at the Duke's Mansion. I talked about this. Did I talk about this? I watched the anime, didn't like it, but the manhwa is beloved and looks awesome. So do read the book instead of watching the show. The Great Snake's Bride, which we talked about back in December of 2022, if you remember that episode. I reviewed it on the show.
Sexy snake book.
Yes. So if you don't mind that these two hook up, I think you'll like it. It's a romantic drama with supernatural aspects and yokai lore.
And a giant snake.
Yes. The Boxer, Volume 3. This look right here, this is what a lot of you are giving me after I just said all that about Snake's Bride.
Yep.
My Gently Raised Beast. This is another manhwa as well, Volume 3. The World After the Fall, Volume 3, manhwa. The Bottom Tier Baron's Accidental Rise to the Top, Volume 1. Today's Menu for the Emiya Family, Volume 5. So if you like the Fate series, it's a fun little spin-off. Junji Ito, friend of the show, got a new book coming out. Soichi, my favorite character, yay! Junji Ito's Story Collection, hardcover. The Fox and Little Tanuki, Volume 6, and one of my all-time favorite isekai, That Time I Got Reincarnated as a Slime, Volume 22. Definitely getting that one. In the Clear Moonlit Dusk, Volume 5. We talked about that earlier.
Mm-hmm.
How Do We Relationship, Volume 9. Blah, blah, blah. Soul Eater, The Perfect Edition, Volume 11. And Captain Corinth, the Galactic Navy Officer Becomes an Adventurer, Volume 3. Okay, we're still in July. Formerly The Fallen Daughter of the Duke, Volume 4, and My Dear Agent, Volume 2. Doombreaker, manhwa, Volume 1, and Heavenly Delusion, Volume 6. This is up to what the anime covered in its first season. That was a lot of fun. What did you eat yesterday? Either fish or chicken for me. Volume 20. Seraph of the End. I'm not going to read this. Okay, it's in English. Sorry. Guren Ichinose Catastrophe. You know how sometimes they add in random German words in manga?
Yeah.
I thought what I was going to read was in German. I'm like, nope, not doing it. So it is in English. Good for him. Good for them. Oh, look at that. Boobs. Ayakashi Triangle, Volume 4. Super X Heroes. I did not know this was still coming out. Jesus. High School Prodigies Have It Easy, Even in Another World, Volume 13. Parental advisory there. Same with Super X Heroes and Ayakashi Triangle, so watch out. Protect the children. I don't know what I'm saying. Les Miserables, Omnibus, Volume 5.
3. It has 5 and 6 in it.
So that's why.
Yeah, so the 4th one will be the last one.
Sorry. Volume 3. Got ahead of myself there. As a reincarnated aristocrat, I'll use my appraisal skill to rise in the world. Volume 6. Am I actually the strongest? This has an anime airing right now. Fire Force Omnibus Volume 5, and Asumi-chan is interested in Lesbian Brothels Volume 3. Oh, still going. Precarious Woman Executive Miss Black General, Volume 9. I am a wolf, but my boss is a sheep, Volume 3. The Duke of Death and His Maid, Volume 7, coming out. Along with, The Iceblade Sorcerer Shall Rule the World, Volume 6. Suppose a kid from the last dungeon boonies moved to a starter town. I did enjoy the anime for this, but I hear the manga's better. Beauty and the Feast, Volume 9. And the last one, Drugstore in Another World, The Slow Life of a Cheat Pharmacist. Not to be confused with the one you talked about in your video. But this is also about pharmacy.
Right.
And it's an isekai too, so. This one's more comedic with fan servicey stuff. So there you go. It's always interesting. There's stuff for everybody out there. There's stuff I'm getting that I mentioned in this video. But overall, not like a super huge month compared to other times that we've geeked out about multiple high-profile releases. Phew. So there you go. I'm sure you're getting a lot of these books. I know I'm getting stuff like Record of Ragnarok, The Summer Hikaru Died, and maybe Heavenly Delusion. We'll see. Kowloon, Volume 4, Slime, Soichi, my favorite of the Ito stuff. I'm being sarcastic. I hate Soichi, but I am going to get it because I'm a completionist for completist, whatever, for Ito. He's a friend of the show, man. I got to support the guy. Ghoul School. Oh, and of course, everybody go check out The Dangers in My Heart, please. The manga's great. The anime is great, too. Please, check it out for me. Do me a solid. So, there you go. Whew. H-Field, Boys Abyss is a lot. It keeps going in a rabbit hole of darkness, edginess, sex, and depression for at least 80-some chapters. So if you're ready for that, keep going. If not, back away and read something else. Yeah. I stopped at like chapter 89, I think.
Easier to microdose depression than to binge it.
Oh, God.
And have it every couple months instead of every week or whatever.
Yeah. Folks who don't know about Made in Abyss are like, that looks like a nice, wholesome manga. I'll get into that series. Yeah. I'm debating if I want to finish getting the Blu-ray sets or if I want to get the manga box sets. Because I do like the anime adaptation for it. Season 2 was phenomenal. Better than the first one. But I also need to get the movie, which is horribly expensive from Sentai. It's like close to $80, something crazy like that for 3 movies. No, thank you. Let's see if I miss any other comments here. Otoman one looks pretty cool. That was for Udon at Anime Expo. Warren, I haven't seen you in a while. Wanting Rave Master in Omnibus, not Fairy Tale. That would have been a really cool surprise to bring back Rave Master.
Buy Fairy Tale, and then maybe they'll give us Rave Master.
Yeah. Really hope Innocent and Innocent Rogue do well. Getting The Climber in English would be super cool. Next to Maginot, thank you for joining. Did he say anything about older classic out-of-print manga that they still have the license to that they're considering reprinting within the next several years?
If you're talking about, if that was about Dark Horse, like I said, I've given every single bit of information.
There you go.
There was nothing else that was said that I didn't share.
Except like hellos and goodbyes, which is
like
none of our concerns.
I gave all the actual information that like interesting, pertinent information. There was nothing else to share. I tried to point that out because people, every time I talk, every time they ask me like, did he say this? Did he say no? If he said something, I would have said it.
You're gonna get conspiracy theories from people, and they're gonna be like, "He's lying. They said stuff." Hot take: Octopath Traveler is better JRPG than FF16. I haven't played either, so I don't know. I'll take your word for it.
8 times 2 is 16. Octo Path Traveler 2,
Good point.
FF16. Coincidence? I think not.
Mm-hmm. Interested in just like Mona Lisa and Smoking Behind the Supermarket with You. I'm going to check out Smoking Behind the Supermarket with You because I think it's going to be an interesting drama conversation between the two characters. Who knows? I'm itching for that older drama slice of life thing with like older folks, not like people in high school. Friday night Manga Bros, not going to be a regular thing. So sorry, Cleveland Brown. We'll be back next Thursday for more hijinks. Man boobs, they rent my mind. I see your face turned away. Cover is very pretty. Nude model was was pretty beautiful. There we go. Can't read. Jesus. H Field is excited for Medalist. Would have been better if it was Rave Master. I agree. Vampire Otaku. I love the Duke of Death so much. I'm excited about Initial D. Maybe we'll get MF Ghost 2.
I think if you see a combination of like the anime succeeding and the English print for Initial D doing well, that they'll probably let Kodansha US do it.
I do gotta remember this. I remembered this story when we were talking about Initial D before we wrap up. One of my favorite memories of my local mall was going to the arcade, and they had one of the Initial D arcade cabs, and
where you get to make your little license or whatever.
Yes, and I had one of the. Or did I have? I think it was my friend that made one, but he would let me use it, and he made the license. It was a sit-down cab. It was awesome, great rumbling, great graphics view with the car and everything. Loved it. I wish Arcade One Up could revive that somehow. Whenever they ask on Twitter, I always say like maybe Initial D. Just saying. I mean, they've done racing cabs before, but I would love an Initial D One Up cab. So yeah, that's it. I think that's all we got. I'm pooped. It's been a long day. We're gonna wrap it up. Gonna give another shout out just in case to our sponsor. That's InStockTrades.com. Your home for all things collected editions. Get your Omnibus, trade paperbacks, hardcovers, manga. All the manga that we talked about, all of that's gonna come out, and you can buy it for great prices at InStockTrades.com. Orders of $50 or more gets you free shipping over there. If you make orders on a week-by-week basis, you get that loyalty discount that adds an extra 2% to your order. Fantastic customer service, wonderful packaging. That's InStockTrades.com, the official sponsor of Omnibros Live here on the Omnibus Collectors Network. So shout out to IST. Thank you. Everybody go check them out and buy some cool stuff. Buy that Blade of the Immortal Deluxe Edition, please. Whew. That's going to be it. Thank you to the chat. You guys are lovely as always. Thank you for all the comments and questions. To anybody watching later, thank you so much. Leave your thoughts on the episode and the announcements and the previews and the conversations, what you thought of it. We would appreciate it. Thank you for the likes, for the comments. Subscribe if you haven't. You might be watching us thinking you're subbed and you're not. It will help out a ton as well if you're subbed. So consider doing that. Omni Collecti. Where can people find you when you're not dishing out the secrets, behind the scenes info on this show?
You can find me dishing out the secrets and behind the scenes info on my channel, The Omnibus Collector, on my TikTok, The Omnibus Collector, on my Instagram, The Omnibus Collector, on my Twitch account, The Omnibus Collector, and on my Twitter, Omni Collector.
Hell yeah. I'm not going to dish out any info, but I do have a couple videos that went out this week on my channel. If you guys want to check it out, I posted some hauls, the anticipated books of July, got the first impressions video finally for Sugumi Project. So I'd appreciate it if you guys check out that video. That was a quick one that I released today. And yeah, that's Manga Geekdom on YouTube. You can also find me on Twitter, Instagram, and the new Threads app on there as well. So thank you, everybody. That's going to be it for now. God bless. Stay safe out there. We will be back on Monday for Hall's Previews Reads, all the cool comic book stuff that we did not cover on this episode. We'll talk about it over there. So thank you. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Muchas gracias. Thanks for watching. Sayonara. Au revoir.